Royal Rumble 2019. We have a potential demon return, a bull, and not just any bull, but a Brahma bull, an animal, Batista, the Royal Rumble match that determines whether or not you get to go to WrestleMania and headline the pay-per-view to compete either for the WWE title or Universal Championship. There's so many questions to you guys. This card right here is looking pretty good. Getting pretty stoked, especially for the 30-man. I think that one, I can't necessarily say that about the women's because all the participants, they've already been announced, so there's going to be no surprise entries. You already know what you're getting, and that's the biggest thing when it comes to this Royal Rumble thing. It's like, who's going to be making their return or potential debut? So that being said, you guys, I said we get straight into it. This is when you know when the tag team division is hurt. And when you combine The Miz and Shane O'Mac in a match, and not just any match, but for the tag team titles. Now, there's so many superstars on SmackDown or even on NXT that would have benefited from that whole call-up mix-up that we saw a few weeks back. Like, what even happened to Sanity? That was one of the teams that was really rumored to not just only make a big impact on SmackDown, but also capture or even be in the picture for those SmackDown tag team titles. My biggest curiosity from this whole match is, what is Shano going to be wearing? Right? If you guys didn't see him on Twitter, on Instagram, he was posing with the whole outfit that The Miz was wearing. Yeah, this is a filler match. This is a filler match for the Bludgeon Brothers to eventually come back. If we don't see them in the Royal Rumble match, I would like to see them interfere. Maybe even pop up in the screen just to let them know that they're eventually coming back for their tag team titles. These right here are some of my personal favorites that not only enter the Royal Rumble, but also walk away and compete in the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania. Now, some are confirmed. Some are just kind of hoping and wishing that WWE surprises us, because that's the whole thing. When it comes to the Royal Rumble is who's going to make a debut or a return after missing so many years. Miz right here, he is already in a match. Him and Shane O'Mac will be competing for the tag team titles. But I think The Miz right here, it's time for him to go to the grand stage and go on. Assuming that Daniel Bryan does retain the title, I think that feud that we got a little while back, it was kind of like a missed shot. I don't think they really gave it their all. Well, not necessarily that they gave it their all, but the way that the whole script was wrote out, I think they could do something great right here. Now, especially now that The Miz is face and then Daniel Bryan is heel. So for sure, Miz. Joe right here, another superstar that's just kind of been brushed under the rug ever since he's been drafted. And even when he was on Raw, really nothing grand for him, and Joe is still one of my all-time favorites, not just in WWE, but over in TNA. He's done a lot of great things. I would like to see Joe go a little bit further. Now, Batista, if he does come back, and he wants to come back, he's told us so many times on Twitter, Instagram, he's ready for his return. I think this would be a good feud. Even if he doesn't win the Rumble, I think it would be a great way. I mean, kind of like on SmackDown, when we had SmackDown 1000, when he was kind of calling out Triple H. If Triple H gets nice and healthy, I think that would be a nice return match for him. Now, The Rock, the people's champ right here, this guy has always killed it. He's always electrified the millions and millions, not only in the WWE universe, but over there on Hollywood. Love to see The Rock, even if it's just for a one-time deal for him to have a match at WrestleMania. Kevin Owens, he's healthy. He's ready. And I'm not throwing Sammy in here because we all know and we all saw what they did with him when he got called up to the main roster. If he is going to be in this, which most likely he will because he has been cleared, I think it would be mainly to help out Kevin Owens. Jeff Hardy right here, the charismatic enigma. He's had some great moments since return. He's won the tag team titles. He's won the U.S. title. I think he deserves. Give him one more WWE title run before he retires. He's about to call it. I think in the next 3, maybe 4 years, and that's stretching it. I think that's pretty much it. Now, Braun Strowman right here, he was originally going to be in the Universal title match, but now that he's been taken out, I think he's been taken out for a reason, and I think the reason is right here, to be thrown into the Rumble, potentially win it, but potentially eliminate not only half, but pretty much 3/4 of the roster that might be in there. This guy right here, he's always wrecked it. I mean, he's the greatest. Was it the greatest Royal Rumble? Yeah, if you guys don't remember, he ended up picking up that Royal Rumble. It was him and Big Cass. Was it the greatest? I think it was the greatest. Since we are talking about the greatest Royal Rumble, Rey Mysterio. This guy, man, you don't know where it's coming from. The master of the 619. He might be the smallest dude in that ring, but when it comes to the Royal Rumbles, he sure knows how to eliminate the competitors. Now, These two, I'm kind of glad. From what I'm seeing, it looks like these two have kind of walked away from that IC title picture, at least from what we saw on Raw. It looks like they might be moving up to bigger things. If it is the Universal title, hey, I want to see that. Obviously, IC title, it's still kind of highly considered as, the big title over there on Raw, considering that Brock Lesnar is rarely ever there. But these two right here, yes, please, one more time. One, especially right here, Seth Rollins. Now, Randy Orton, he did win it. I think it was either 2017 or was it 2018? Randy Orton, another top legend over there on SmackDown. But if you were to ask me as to who truly deserves to win this, right here, the Chosen One, and that's what he was called before he left WWE. Vince McMahon, he chose him to be the one to kind of carry the company, to kind of be the future of WWE, and he has had a very impressive track record. Like as of recent, he had a really great run so far, and I think him winning this Royal Rumble, this is my personal favorite out of them all, out of Raw, out of SmackDown, out of all the ones that truly deserve it. It's got to be Drew McIntyre. The U.S. title match. Shinsuke Nakamura, he wants to come back for the U.S. title. He wants to end Rusev Day. He says, Rusev Day, no more. The only bad thing, the thing that you don't know, Shinsuke, is that the U.S. title, that Rusev Day, it's going to continue. And I hope that it continues all the way to WrestleMania. I think it's time for Rusev to be put up into another level to eventually, maybe even in the WWE title picture. Rusev Day, the Bulgarian Brute, he hasn't gotten much of a spotlight to really shine in SmackDown. Him holding this title, it's really helping him out. But yes, Rusev will go in there and retain the U.S. title. For the Women's Royal Rumble right here, now that we know all the participants that are in this match, these are the top two that are standing out from each brand. So for SmackDown, gonna have to say Charlotte, and then for Raw, the little firecracker, Alexa Bliss. She says she's ready. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's do it, man. Let's see which one can come out ahead. It's going to have to be one of these two. I think these will actually be the last two in the ring. But ultimately, the one that just really stands out from like all the years that have gone by, 2018 especially, Charlotte right here. She has really proven herself that the name Flair, it's not just the only reason that she's in this position. You like her whole career, man. She has evolved in so many ways. I can't tell you what Charlotte has done in that ring. Just really impressed me as one of the best, not only SmackDown, but for the overall WWE brand. I think Charlotte will go in there and compete, and I think it'll be her, and I hope it'll be, and I know it's a completely different brand, but her, Ronda Rousey, and Becky Lynch, that triple threat we all want to see. But yes, Charlotte for the win. Now this is what I'm talking about right here with the 205 Live. Time to change it up, man. Time to get some new faces in that title picture. Buddy Murphy, he's going to be taking on Kalisto, Akira Tozawa, and quite honest, I forgot that I had this figure. This is the first time I picked him up in a while. That's how much he's been used. Well, he was also injured for quite some time. But Buddy Murphy, regardless of the competition, I'm sure Lucha House Party will have the whole gang there. But still, one of the best right there in the 205 Live division. I think Buddy Murphy, he'll not only go in there and dominate, but of course retain his title. The Man versus Asuka for the SmackDown Women's title. And I don't know if I can call her that, man. I'm just going to call her a straight up savage, dude. Oh my gosh. She ripped Mickie James a new one on Twitter. And she doesn't have to say much. She is a woman of few words. And she might be a woman of few moves to capture that. No, it won't. Come on, dude. Asuka, I think she needs a long, lengthy run with this belt to make up for all those years. Well, not years. It was more like a year and a half that they didn't do anything with her. Actually, I hope that she carries this for maybe even like past, Elimination Chamber. I think she'll be the one superstar that will be chosen. Whoever ends up picking up the win in the Women's Royal Rumble, I think Asuka will be the one that will be called up for this. But yes, she'll retain the women's title. AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan for the WWE title. Yes, it is. Yeah, we're getting it. We're going to get it again, and will it be a great one? It always is. It's a great match. These two, they got great chemistry together. This won't be no different, but as far as who's going to go in there and actually win and pick up the big W for the WWE title, I think Daniel Bryan will still retain it. I think AJ Styles, again, he had a long, lengthy run with it, and this whole heel Bryan, it's working for him, especially with that title. But yes, Daniel Bryan, he'll retain. This right here is all about first place. Sasha Banks, she wants to make sure that all the years, all the training, all the blood, sweat, and tears that she has put into that ring, she wants to make sure that it has amounted to something, and that being a win over Ronda Rousey. But that is so easy to say than to actually do. The one thing that she wants to make sure is that she doesn't want to come in second best. And I think if she was to pick up a win over, Ronda for the title, I don't think it's going to happen. My whole thing that I see developing from this match right here is the 4 horsewomen of the UFC against the 4 horsewomen of the WWE. Right here, they kind of led the pack in each division right there. And I think eventually we're going to get that. I think that's a fantasy women's dream match in the making. And this right here, this is the beginning stages of it all. But yes, Ronda will retain the Raw Women's title. David versus Goliath. At least that's how Vinny put it. He told the WWE Universe that we have the beast, Brock Lesnar, going in there against little old David. Do you guys really know the story of David and Goliath? If you don't know this. David eventually, he came out ahead. Now, thing is though, I don't want to get my hopes up. This whole match right here, this is the match that a lot of people are excited for. But look, a lot of talk, right? WWE eventually doing something. They're hearing the universe, but I think they're just hearing the universe as to the match that you want to see, not as to who you actually want to see win. Now, if the Demon does come, obviously he has a greater chance of capturing that title. If it is regular old Jimmy old John Finn Balor, nah, he's going to get stomped. It's going to be Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar all over again. But right here, they say that speed is greater than strength. Will he win? Wow, geez, it's a huge toss-up, man. I'm going to tell you this right now. If WWE really wants to turn it around with it all, like, look, last month, it was worst views ever in Raw history, and I think even SmackDown. But if they really want to get back up into the groove of things, especially now that we're heading into the road of WrestleMania, take this title off the beast, surprise us. Because honestly, it would be a surprise. If Finn Balor was to go in there and capture that title, I think it would throw off a lot of people. I want to see this, man. I want to see Finn Balor capture the Universal title. He never really lost it, man. It was taken away from him. Injury, it happens to all. But, God, why? Why did it have to happen that way? So, yes, if Balor wins, hallelujah. Give me your thoughts, you guys. Your overall predictions. Are you hyped for this match? Are you expecting to see the Demon? Who do you want to see win that Royal Rumble match? Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and we'll see you on the next one.